This is Sweet Home Alabama by Lynard Skynard. We're going to start with the intro. Be sure your guitar is in standard tuning so that when you play along with the recording it sounds just like it. So there it is, the intro. Let's start by learning some chords so we can get the intro down. We're going to need to know three chords: D, C2, and G5 to play the intro. I'll show them each to you. D, we're going to use our first finger on second fret of third string, second finger on second fret of first string, and third finger on third fret of second string. And for this one we strum only 4 notes. C2, we're going to leave our third finger in place here on the third fret of the second string, bring first finger over here to second fret of fourth string, and second finger to third fret of fifth string, and then pinky over here to third fret of first string. So it's going to look like this. And for this one we strum 5 strings. G5, we're just going to bring each one of these fingers over one string, and we're going to strum 6 strings for that one. So for G5 we've got 3 and pinky on third fret of second string and first string, first finger on second fret of fifth string, and second finger on third fret of sixth string. Just like that. Now, in the intro we don't actually use this string here, but I figured I'd show you all the notes so that you could learn to play the chords properly. Here's how the intro breaks down. We're going to start on the D chord and play the fourth string twice, alone, and then second string, and then third string. So we have. Next we go to C2, and for this one we're going to go third fret, fifth string, then open, then back to third, and then our second string, third string. Then to G5, and what I did there was 3 open, 3 on sixth string, and then open third and fourth kind of together. Maybe get a little bit of the second one in there too if you want. That's why you want to keep all these fingers in place, so in case you hit any extra strings, you don't get any funny noises. You get something that's still part of the chord. So when we put all that together we get this. Next, our little lick here. Looks like that. And the way we approach this one is we use our first finger to hammer on to the second fret of the fifth string after we play an open, like so. So we're using the momentum of our first finger to create that note. We're not actually picking it. Then we do the same idea on the fourth string, except this time we're going to use second finger and then pull off like so. So it's only one pick in the beginning and then all momentum from there, and then back to first finger, second fret, fifth string, and then we bring second over here to third string and then pull to that open string. So we have. From there we do our intro again. And our next look's going to look like this, which is open third, second fret, third string, pull to open, pick open again. So we have this. Then we bring it up to fourth fret, do that note, pull, pluck one open, and then fifth fret, a little bit of a half bend that we bend, and then kind of stop the note before we release it. Something like that. So we have. Then we have the same thing again. And then one more time. And then a little lick that goes like this to end it, which is open 5th string, hammer to 2nd fret, 5th string, then open 4th, and open 3rd. So the whole intro looks like this. So there we have it. There's our intro. By the way, there's a second guitar in the intro that you may hear in the recording. We're not going to cover that now because it also reoccurs in the verse. So we're going to cover that when we hit the verse second guitar part. So if you want to learn that right now, fast forward to the part that says verse second guitar, and you can pick that up. Otherwise, let's move on to the verse. Here we go. This is the first guitar part to the verse of Sweet Home Alabama. Okay, so there it is. It's going to use all the chords we learned before: D, C2, and G5. Now, the idea of this one is we're going to go 2 bass notes. That would be open D, and then down, and then up, in this rhythm. The same thing with C2, and then G5. Now, after that, we're going to have this little lick here, which is open 5th, followed by hammer on, 2nd fret 5th string, then open 4th, 2 open 3rds, and then we end up back where we started, 5th string open to 2nd fret 5th string. Now we do that the first time around. We're going to go second time around, we just stay on that G chord. We do that twice. Third time around, same thing as the first. Fourth time, same as second. So there we go. That's our guitar 1 part to the verse. Let's move along now and do guitar number 2. Okay, this is the second guitar part in the verse. Okay, so that's there it is. This one has more sustained notes than the first one. It all starts on our D chord, except we're not going to have our second finger on the note here. We're going to lift it up. So we're left with a chord that sounds like that. Now our notes are going to be open 4th, and then open 1st, and then 2nd. So we have... Quickly after that, we're going to go open 4th, and then our second finger is going to come to 3rd fret 5th string. And it goes about that fast. So we have... And then from there, we're going to go 2nd string, and then 1st string. And after that, we're going to bring our second finger over here to 3rd fret 6th string and plop our pinky down here on 3rd fret 1st string. And our picking pattern here is 6th, 1st, 2nd. After that, a little lick that looks like this. And what I'm doing here is we already have our 3rd finger planted on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. We're going to pick it, slide it up to 5th, bring 1st finger over here to 1st fret, or 3rd fret rather, 1st string. So it looks like this. Then we pluck the 2nd string again. Our 3rd finger should still be on 5th fret, and slide it back to 3rd. Then we're going to start the whole thing again. This time around, we skip the slide thing and just go first, second, first, second. So the whole thing would look like this. Alright, so there it is, the second guitar part in the verse. Let's move along to the next part of the song. Okay, this is the first riff in Sweet Home Alabama. It's kind of a signature solo riff. It happens after the first verse. Okay, so this whole thing looks like that. We started on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and we go 7, 8, 9, first, second, third. Then 2 of these, we have our first finger barring the 7th fret, like that. On the 4th and 3rd strings only, pick those. So what we get is this. Then we go back to 9th fret with our 3rd finger and do a little slide there, down. Like that. And you don't necessarily have to slide from 9 to any certain fret, it's more of a general slide. From there we go to 5th string, 5th fret, play that note, hammer to 7th with our 3rd finger, and then first finger bars 5th fret of both 4th and 3rd strings, and we play those twice. From there we use our 3rd finger on 7th fret to slide down like so, and then we have 1st fret, 5th string, slide to 2nd, then open 4th, open 3rd twice, and then 3rd fret 6th string. So when we put the whole thing together, now there's also some harmonics on a second guitar that happen up here at the end of the riff. It would be something like this. Like that. So that's the second guitar part that you hear. Put it all together, play it a little faster, and there you go. You have your first riff of the song. Let's move along to the next part. Alright, this is the rhythm guitar to the chorus of Sweet Home Alabama. Before the chorus begins, there's a little pickup in there. Sounds like that. And I'll play it along with the music so you know where it is, then we'll go over it, and then we'll hit the chorus. But anyway, I just wanted to include that in the beginning of the chorus so that we have every note of the song. It's a little different than the lick that happens in the verse. Here we go. Here it is with the music. So that's where it is in the music. The way we play this one is we start on 5th string open, hammer to 2nd, using our 2nd finger. Then we have open 4th, open 3rd, kind of similar to what we had earlier in this part of the lick in the verse. Except here we're only going to take it that far. From there we're going to go to 2nd fret 4th string, pluck that note, pull to open, and then go back to 5th string, open, and hammer to 2nd fret, like so. So the whole thing looks like this. So that's our pickup to the chorus. Now alright, so there's our rhythm to the chorus, the rhythm guitar. It all starts on the 5th fret, kind of a power chord shape. Here we have our first finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string and our 3rd finger on the 4th string, 7th fret. And we're going to strum just those 2 strings twice. Then we're going to stretch our pinky up here to 9th fret 4th string and play the 5th string and 4th string together, like so. From there we're going to take it off back to our original chord. So that's going to be our riff. Then we move it down to third, do the exact same thing. So here I'm stretching to the 7th fret. Then we move it over one set of strings. And for this one we're going to stop right there. We're going to go 5th and 6th strings, 1st and 3rd on 3rd fret and 5th fret respectively. And then we stretch our pinky up, and then from there we have a mute down, up pick on this chord here, the 6th fret, 6th string rather, and 5th string power chord. And then the same thing here, we're going to move the chord over one. So that last part. So when we put the whole thing together slowly, here's what it looks like. And that's the first go around. The second go around is going to look like this, exactly like the first part in the beginning of it. And this is where I change it up. We go just 3rd twice, and then 3rd fret here twice. So the whole thing for the second go around looks like this. There it is a couple times. So when we put the whole thing together, it ends up looking like this. So there's our rhythm guitar for the chorus. I'm going to do the little lead part, that part in a separate segment here in just a minute, lead or fills or whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead now and work on the guitar with the fills. Okay, this is the lead guitar, or a guitar with the fills in the chorus, the little things that sound like that. And we have the same exact thing we saw with the rhythm guitar for the first part. Then we have, and then. So that's exactly the same as the rhythm guitar. Then we have this little fill here, which is open 5th, hammer to 2nd fret, open 5th, open 4th, hammer to 2nd fret, open 4th, pull, back to open, and then 2nd finger to 3rd fret, 5th string. Then we have this thing again. And then our next lick, which is open 4th to 2nd finger, 2nd fret rather, hammered on 1st finger to 4th string, and an open 3rd. So it looks like this. And that's repeated 5 times. And then this thing happens again. Then we have this. And then our transition, which are the first 2 chords of the solo. It's going to go F to a regular C chord. And the way that you fret those is the F chord looks like this. We're going to have our first finger across all 6 strings on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on 2nd fret of 3rd string, 3rd and pinky work together on the 5th and 4th strings, like like so on the 3rd fret. So we end up with a chord that looks like this. From there we're going to go to the C chord. Our move here looks like this. We leave our 3rd finger down, bring our 2nd to 2nd fret 4th string, and then our 1st finger to 1st fret 5th string, and the other 2 strings, 3rd and 1st, are going to be open, so it looks like this. And these are chords that you might already be familiar with if you've played for a little while. And that's the first 2 chords underneath the solo. And we're going to see those 2 chords in succession again in the lesson, but this is just the first place that they occur. Okay, so there we go. There's the 2nd guitar part for the chorus. Let's move along now and do the next part of the song. This beat. Hopefully that'll help you out when you go to play it. Now, the whole thing starts, we're going to use our 3rd finger to bend the 15th fret on the 1st string. Just like that. And then we're going to play the next note, which is the 15th fret, regular, and then the 14th with our 2nd finger. And then we're going to bring 3rd finger over here to 15th on 2nd string and play that note twice. From there we're going to go to this. And what we're going to do here is we're going to start with our 1st finger on the 10th fret, barring the 2nd and 1st strings. We're going to play the 1st string, then 2nd string, bring pinky up here to 13th fret, 2nd string, then 2nd finger 11th fret, then 1st finger should be waiting right here on 10th fret. So those notes. From there we're going to slide down to 8th fret with our 1st finger, then back up to 10th fret with our 3rd, followed by 2nd finger 9th fret 3rd string, and then 1st finger on 8th fret. So that sequence looks like this. After that we're going to go, which is 1st finger 8th fret, 3rd finger 10th fret, pull back to 8th fret, and then bend the 10th fret using our 3rd finger. When we bend it up, you want to kill that note as soon as it hits the top. So that whole section is going to look like this. From there, our next look looks like this, which is 7th fret, 3rd string, 1st finger, hammer to 9th, 8th fret, 1st finger, 2nd string, then 10th fret, pull back to 8th, and then another bend, kind of like we saw before on the 10th fret. So it looks like this. Next section, which is 7th fret, 3rd string, hammer to 9th, then 8th fret, 2nd finger, hammer to 9th, so we have kind of an unusual lick, and then we come back up here, so 10th fret, 2nd string, then 10th here with 3rd finger, back to 9th, 3rd string, and then back to 8th. From there we go, which is 10th fret, 2nd string, 3rd finger bent, bring it back down, and then pull to 8th. So when we put all that together, here's what it's going to look like. Lastly, is this lick here. The way we're going to do this one is we start with our third finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, slide it down to 7, and then back up to 9th. Next, our second finger comes to 8th fret, 2nd string, then first finger comes to 7th fret, 3rd string, third finger comes to 9th fret, 4th string, slide it up to 10th, back to 9th, then down to 5th, and then pull. And then there's a little whammy bar thing after that, toward the end. So that lick again is going to go like this: 9, 7, 9, 8th fret, 2nd string, 2nd finger, 1st finger, 7th fret, 3rd string, 9th fret, slide to 10th, 4th string and back, slide to 5th, and then pull to open, and then we use our whammy bar. So when we put the whole solo together, we get this. And there we have it, the first solo to Sweet Home Alabama. Let's move along to the next part of the song. This is the third verse in Sweet Home Alabama. I'll play it. Okay, so this one is pretty straightforward. It's got this little break in it here. Other than that, we're going to do exactly like we did in the other two verses. We're going to be like... one time through, and then we have... which is F, which we saw earlier in the break before the first solo, to C, which we also saw earlier. So this is the same break. When I talked of it earlier, I said we'd see it again. Here it is. So we have F, C, and then back to we all did what we could do. Then the next part where he says, Watergate does not bother me. And then we have this little fill here that we've seen earlier. Same fill as we had in the intro to the song. And then we have, does your conscience bother you now? Tell the truth. And then this is the same fill here that we saw going into the chorus in that segment of the video. So when we put it all together, this is what we get. In Birmingham, they love the governor. Now we all did what we could do. Watergate does not bother me. Does your conscience bother you now? Tell the truth. Just like that. So hopefully you didn't mind my mumbling the words as I went, but I figured that would give you a better indication of how the whole thing fit together. I'm not much of a singer when it comes to stuff like this sometimes, but I'll give it my best shot when I can to get the point across. Let's move along now to the next part of the song. This is the second solo in Sweet Home Alabama. Alright, there it is. That's a real brain buster. A lot of notes to that one. So let's get started here. Basically, we're going to start with a hammer-on lick. Down here in the open position. And we're going to start by hammering from open 4th to 2nd fret with our 2nd finger. Then we're going to go to open 3rd, back to 4th, then open 3rd to 2nd fret 3rd string. Then we're going to bend that, kick it 3 times, and then bend it up and down 3 times. Then we're going to end the lick with open 3rd to 2nd fret 4th string, and then 2 opens. And throw a little whammy bar in there. Please excuse me if I go through this kind of fast, because the whole video would end up being like an hour long just for this section if I was to stop and go over everything twice. So you might want to get a pen and paper out and kind of write things down as we go, or just kind of rewind the video for the parts that you need to look at again. Again, that part slowly is going to go like this. From there, we're going to slide up to here, which is based on a 9th fret. We're going to use our 1st and 2nd fingers in a position like this, kind of slide into the 9th fret. Then we have 1st finger 8th fret, 2nd string, back to 9th fret here, and then back to 8th. We see a lot of that in the solos in this song, where we just kind of go back and forth between swaying strings. And then we have 11th fret, 3rd finger bent, and then we do another one of those, and then we go to a little 8-9, 8-9 thing again here, and then pick 7th twice, sliding 2nd finger from 9th to 7th, so we have. And then we hit it 4 times, starting with a real soft pick and growing louder. In the recording, you can hear the picks, they're kind of soft in the beginning. They're almost not there, but then the emphasizes the next 3 notes. And then from there, we have ba-ba-bum, which is 9 4th string, 9 3rd string, and 7th 3rd string. Like that. Okay, now for my favorite part of the song. Actually, I should say my least favorite part. This is the hardest lick to lock in with the recording. You're going to slide up here to 14th fret with your 2nd finger and 12th fret with your 1st finger. And we have a hammer-on pull-off lick that looks like this. And that's going to be our pattern. And what we're going to do is stretch it around between those frets, the 14th, 17th, and 16th. And what I'm doing here slowly is 4th string, 14th fret, 3rd string, 12th, and then 3rd string, 14th fret, and then pulling back to 12. So we have pick, 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 pull. And the way I'm picking this is down, down, up, pull. So we have a bit of a sweet pick for the first 2 notes. And we're going to do that once there. Then we're going to do 2 on the 17th fret. We're going to stretch our pinky way up here. Then we're going to do 4 on the 16th fret. Back to 2 more on the 17th. 2 on the 14th, 3 more on the 17th, and then we're going to end it up with 14, 12, 14. From there, we've got a little lick that is going to look like this. Give me a minute here. I actually have a little cheat sheet going on my computer, because I want to be sure to fit in every note. Sometimes I can play these licks by ear really quickly and nail them with the recording. And then when it comes down to actually thinking about what notes I'm doing consecutively, I kind of like get lost without the, without my ear and fingers to kind of just take control. So I'm going to pull up my cheat sheet here. After that, what we're going to do is go 13 to 14, 5th string hammer on, and then to 12th fret, 3rd string. So we have a lick that looks like that. And this is the lick that goes like this. So that's what the lick sounds like in the recording. And it's followed by these fast notes here. So what I did again here was, from there we go 14, slide to 12th with your third finger and back to 14th. Then the 12th, third string, back to 14th, fourth string, then 12 to 14 on third string, then 12 on second string, back to 14, third string, 12, 15, second string, back to 12th, and then back to 15th fret, third string. From there we have this series of notes. Which is just 15th fret, picked in this pattern in threes. Pull to 13th, 12th. From there we have 15, 12, 15. And then we're going to do a series of bends. That's what our series is going to look like. And what I did there slowly was 15 to 12. Again, this time with 2 picks. One more time with no picks. I mean 1 pick. And then 15 to 12 on second strings. And then one more of these. So we're looking at that's when you might want to get out your pen and paper for, or listen really closely to the recording. And then from there, that lick is going to look like this. We're going to go 12, first string, 15, 12 second, 15, third string, a little blue note there. Sounds kind of funny when it's played slowly, but quickly it sounds pretty cool. Back to 12th, then 15, 14, 12, then 14, 12, fourth string, and then we're going to slide quick from 14 to 12th here. And then to 10th fret, 5th string, and then 12. And then we have our third finger barring 12th fret on 5th string and 6th string. And then we ended up on the 10th fret here. So we have something like that for that lick. I'm going to pull up my cheat sheet for that lick now, or the next lick I should say rather. I'll do that one for you one more time. There's that one. Now the next one we're going to look at is like this. Quite a few notes there. So what we have here is a hammer to the 12th fret with another pick after that. Then we have 10, 5th string. So our next series of notes are going to look like this, which is 10th, played twice, 12, 6th string, and then 10th twice. So we have 10, 12. And then the next lick, kind of an Ulmer Brothers lick, classic Southern rock lick, 12 barred with your third finger, 5th, 6th, 10, 12, pull back to 10. slide from 12th to 14th using our third finger. Bring first finger to 4th fret, and then we're going to do the same kind of lick here on the 14th fret of the 4th and 5th strings. So we're going to go 14, 14, and then 2 12s, 4th string. Walk our way up the scale to 14th on 4th string, then 12th on 3rd string, back to 14th. Then we have 12, 14, 14, same lick. Now on the 3rd and 4th strings. Then from there we walk up the scale to 12th 3rd string, 14th bent, like so, and then 12th 2nd string, and then 2 pull-offs from 15 to 12. Something like that. There we go. There's that one. Almost done here. Next we're going to use our second finger on the 14th fret of the 3rd string, slide it up to 16th, like so. And then we're going to walk up our scale here in the 15th position, which is 15, 17, 2nd string, then 15, 17, 1st string, and then we're going to bend 17th fret, 1st string, 3 times. So we have from there we have 15, or 17 rather, 15, then 17 again. And then we're going to skip over here to the 17th fret on the 2nd string, so we're kind of barring that note. Then slide to 15th. And from there we have our blue note again here, 12, 2nd string to 15, 3rd string, back to 12, 2nd string. So we have a run just like we saw earlier, 15, 14, 12, then 14, 12, 4th string, and then we're going to kind of flip our first finger over here to the 12th fret note on the 3rd finger to end the solo. So that last lick. Alright, so there's the whole solo piece by piece. Hopefully that'll help you out and get it, hopefully that'll help you out so you can get it under your fingers well by looking at it slowly. Remember what I said earlier, this is a real earful. A lot of notes here and they go by really fast, so you may want to just write down the lesson as you go along or refer to the tabs. Let's move along now to the next part of the song. Alright, this is the fill that happens during the intro of Sweet Home Alabama. It's an electric. Okay, so there it is. The whole thing starts on the 9th fret of this, or the 7th fret rather, of the 3rd string with your index finger. Then we go 3rd finger to 9th fret 4th string, slide it down to 7th, and then back up. So we have, from there we go to 9th fret 3rd string, back to that note, and then hammer to 9th, and then pull off, back to 7th. So the whole thing. So there we go, there's that fill. Let's move along to some other fills. This is the fill before the fourth verse in Sweet Home Alabama. I'll play it along with the music for you so you know where I am, and then we'll go over. Okay, so there it is. Pretty small fill. A few notes there. It all starts on the 12th fret with our index finger, 4th string. Then third finger comes over to 14th, 3rd string. We're going to bend that note, release it, and then pull the 12. Like so. From there we go to 10th fret with our index finger. It's going to kind of slide down, and it goes sliding up to 11 from there. And then we use 2nd finger here to bar both the 4th string and 5th strings. Like so. Just kind of sweep through them with the pick. So we have... And then we slide down to 10th using our 2nd finger. And then that's our lick. Like that. And from there we have a series of harmonics, which is going to be 7th fret using our 3rd finger on the 4th string and 3rd strings. And by the way, if you don't know how to do a harmonic, you merely place your finger over the string without pressing down over the fret, and then pick the note. And so we're going to do 4th string, then 3rd string, back to 4th string, and then index finger comes over here to 5th fret on 3rd string. Just like that. So there's our fill. Let's move along to a different fill. Okay, this is the last fill in the chorus. There it is. It all starts with our 1st finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And then we go to 2nd finger, 9th fret, 3rd string. And then we have 3rd finger, 10th fret, 2nd string. So we have, then back to 9th fret, 3rd string, and then back to 8th fret, 2nd string, like so. After that we're going to bend the 7th fret on the 2nd string till it hits this pitch, about a half step, and then we're going to bring it back down to here, and then bend that note, which is the 8th fret, 2nd string, tiny bend, like a quarter of a step. So we have, and then we have, which is 7th fret, 2nd string, and then 7th fret, 3rd string. That's our lick. There we go. So that's that little fill. That covers it for all the fills in the song. So let's move along to the next part of the lesson.